Hi, this is Kirk O'Connor. Welcome back to our tutorial series on using WordPress. Today we're going to talk a little bit about pages and posts. So we're back on our training theme here, and you can see we're on the home page, and what we're going to do is look at some pages and some posts to show you that really from the outside you can't really tell the difference. So up here we have some pages, and we're going to go to the About Us page just to have a look at that. Fairly standard WordPress layout, and we can change this layout as we've shown you in previous tutorials to a full width or two sidebars or sidebar to the left or whatever, but a pretty standard sort of thing. So let's go back to home and let's look at a post. Okay, well down here we have some post summaries, so we're going to go down here and click on this link to go to one of those posts to have a look. Well, there you go, there isn't a lot of difference on that. A bit more text on this one. And we have comments set. We don't need to have comments set, that's an option that you can have on posts if you would so like. So let's go behind the front end and have a look in admin and have a look at that difference. So if we just click login down here, and we log into our test system. Okay, we're in admin here, and you can see on the menus on the left we have a section for posts. Once again, the little arrow shows us everything, and we have a section for pages. But before we go into it in too much detail, we'll just give you a general really rule of thumb with regards to pages and posts. Pages, which most of you would use more commonly, is for information that is going to stay on a site for a while and be easily accessible. We might say an About Us is a standard page, a Contact Us is a standard page. A Contact Us has a form, it's going to be on your website. It isn't going to change over a period of time, it's going to stay there, and you want it fairly easily accessible by your users. A post is more ephemeral. It's for something like articles. You might have a post on how to use WordPress, or in my case, my training videos are all in posts. A post is categorized under a category. My category will be WordPress training. So each post that I put up that is for WordPress training will be in the category WordPress training. So let's have a look at those posts first. We can see here are the categories on this site, and if we click here, or in fact here, we'll see all the posts. So let's click on posts. Okay, there are 3 posts in this site. You can see that they're in 3 different categories. The first one is in the blog category, the second one is in the articles category, the third one is in the news category. So let's click on the first of these to have a look at it. Now, before we do that, a quick mention. As you see, when we roll our mouse over the title, we get some links down here. If we click either the title or edit, we get to see the full post, and we can edit that. Quick edit, we get to see a summary of the fields. Trash, we can actually send the post to trash, or view, we can view the live version of the post. Along here we have the author, and in fact this is me in this case, so that's showing the author. The category we're in, the blog category, these are links of course, and you can go to those links. But let's go straight to opening the full post. Okay, this is our standard WordPress editor, and we'll go into this in detail in another tutorial, but very quickly we have our post title. We have along here, next item of interest is visual and HTML. We are in the visual mode, which means we can see a sort of WYSIWYG, what you see is what you get, representation of our post. Not perfect, but very close. So very easy to edit because we can see what we get. If we click HTML, you'll see that you see the code. This is quite useful for those of you that have a smattering of HTML, because you can paste in HTML, you can change things, you can see things, you can edit things, but really for those that have some HTML knowledge. HTML, of course, is the programming language for web pages. So back to visual. Okay, this is a standard editor. Those of you that have done email, and of course that's all of us, and WordPress and Microsoft Word, whatever, will be used to this sort of thing. If we want to change some text into bold, we simply select the text, change it to bold. If we in fact want to undo that, and here's a little trick, see this little button here, if we click on that button, you'll notice you get a second line of little icons. Here is the undo, so if we ever tell you to click that button, you'll know which one it is. Here we go, so back to undo. So a lot of stuff there. If we in fact wanted to put in a heading, let's say here we click return, and we're going to type some stuff in here. Whoops, once again you can see that very, very easy to change things. So I'm going to select that, and I'm going to make that a heading too. So you can see how easy it is to change things. Something we will go into very, very quickly, just so you know, if you are copying and pasting text from another website, that text might have some what's called control characters in there, which might change the layout that you would expect when you put them into WordPress, because when you paste them in, those control characters will come across. So if you're copying and pasting from another website, use this little button here and paste into this little box, and then click insert, and that will try to remove all of those control characters. Likewise, if you're copying and pasting from Microsoft Word has a huge number of unseen control characters. Once again, click this little box and paste into here. Okay, so we are not doing a tutorial on the editor, so we'll allow that to go into another tutorial, but just scroll down, you can see the content. Very, very simple. Now, the thing you'll notice on the right here is we can either, this post has been already published, so update will add in our change. So we'll click update. So that change now has been committed to the database and is there. Now you'll see under here, this is a major difference between pages and posts. Remember we said posts go into categories, and here is a list of the categories we could put that post into. It's currently in the blog category. To remove it from that, we just deselect it and then select it into another category, or in fact it can go in multiple categories if we wanted it to appear in multiple places, but let's leave it in blog. And of course, if we wanted to add a new category on the fly, we can add that category here. We have the standard Genesis layout. We're using a Genesis theme framework here, and we're able to provide various sidebars that you can have. A featured image. A featured image is quite useful if we are summarizing posts on a page, or if we were summarizing posts on the home page, as you've seen on our home page. By inserting a featured image here, this image is the one that will display on the page where we are summarizing this post. So that's quite useful that you can force a particular image here. And we'll go into the image editor in another tutorial. We have some SEO settings which are fairly self-explanatory. Once again, we'll go through those in another tutorial. We have some page layout settings. Here you see the one that it is. We have a default that we set. However, we can change those. Here's our sidebar on the right, sidebar on the left, 2 sidebars all the way through to a full width. So by clicking those, we can change the layout of the post, and let's do that. Let's click it to a full width. Okay, once again, we've made a change, so we're going to update our post. Now, within the editor, we can go and view our post. So we're going to do that. We're going to click View Post up here. And see, now we have our title there above the previous title. WordPress is Next Generation, sorry, down there. And we have our full width. So if we decide we don't really want that, we can go back using our back key on our browser, or because we're logged in as an admin, we have a menu up here. So let's go back to Edit Post. So we're going to get rid of that just by deleting it. Okay, and we're going to update that again so the changes are confirmed into the database. Now we're going to go and have a look at our list of pages. Okay, let's once again, same sort of thing. As you roll your mouse over, you're going to see very similar, in fact identical links that you can have a look in. Let's go to the About Us page. Okay, once again, very, very similar. Our visual and our HTML, all of the same small icons here to allow us to do things. Images, so very, very similar. However, if we come across to the side here, we see the publish area very much the same. Our page attributes, different area here. A page can have a parent page, so if you want to have subpages underneath parent pages, you can therefore add your pages under other pages. If I wanted this page to be under sample layouts, all I would do is click that, and now this page lives under sample layouts. But in fact, I don't want to do that. I want to have it as no parent. Page templates, you may or may not have a number of page templates. Page template is just a different way of laying out a page, and in your theme you may have some different ways of laying out this page. This theme has two ways of laying out a page. One is called an archive, and that is specifically for sitemaps, which we provide on most themes, and we have a special layout called blog, which is for our blog page and has some layout options that wouldn't be used on a normal page. So we'll just click that off. Order is for the old menu style, whereby the lower the number, the more prominent or to the left or to the top on a sub-menu the page would appear. On your drop-down menu, the sidebar selection we talked about with posts, featured image we talked about with posts, and notice no categories there. Our default layout's very much the same. So that's pages versus posts. As you can see, they are very, very similar, but a subtle difference. This is Kirk O'Connor. Thank you very much for taking the time to listen to this tutorial, and I hope you enjoy your time working with WordPress. Thank you.